listeners, and welcome to Season 5 of Botched, a D&D podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in again. We are going to start off by describing a little bit of the universe. So this is 2974. Currently, our story is going to start on or around Earth, but this revolves around the Coalition of Planets. It's sort of like a federation of planets that have come together and sort of try and get other races and species to join with their coalition so they can learn other cultures and trade, scientific know-how, technology, things like that. So when Earth expanded out into space, they started spreading around. The coalition found, humanity, and then humanity sort of became the new headquarters. They moved their big giant space station to just outside of Earth's atmosphere. And then the shipyards that are used for Coalition are just outside of the moon. So most of the Coalition is based around Earth itself. And in case anyone's wondering, the races that are currently part of the Coalition of Space are the Cassiopeans, the Jaegers, the Mennonite, the Helios, the Murricans, the Flern, the Pequar, and humans, obviously. And there's a bunch of different types of humans. There's spaceborne humans, earthborne humans, cybernetic humans. I forget if there's another one off the top of my head.
Synthetic
humans. No, tankborne humans.
Oh,
right?
I made a mistake.
In addition to the
Sure.
synthetic ones.
Okay, sure. Why not? So, our crew, which we're going to get to here in a second, they just got out of the academy, and they're given their first mission, which is to fly a spaceship and go meet a new alien race to try and join the coalition. Currently, you guys are all shitting. You're all shitting on a shuttle ship. Shittle ship.
That's a lot of. Oh wait, like in our suits, or are there separate?
No,
bathrooms?
every seat just has. It's like an outhouse, but
But
on
how
a
do
shuttle.
I poop as a robot?
Well, it's the future. Modesty is unknown here.
You just crap fire and lumps of coal or something. I don't
But it's
know.
a flying vomitorium for your ass.
Yeah,
Figure it
exactly.
out, Mac.
Figure it out.
Science. Yeah.
Space
I know how
bidets.
I poop.
Yeah. So basically, you guys are going from the academy, having just graduated, and you're on the shuttle currently, flying towards the space station to get your orders, get your briefing before you meet the rest of the crew and get on the ship. So, each of you, introduce your character, what it is, and what you do.
Austin here. I am playing Dr. Joran Pyre. I am the ship's chief medical officer, and I am a spaceborne human. So I'm just like a regular human, but a little lankier and with a little less bone density. A little more space. Extra spacey.
So you're just playing yourself again.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure.
Bird bones. This is John. I'm playing Arcturus, the Helios comms officer. And let me slip into something a little more comfortable.
Heyo.
Sexy man.
To, play myself as I should be played.
Oh, I hate you.
Oh god. It's
So,
awful.
yeah, the chief comms officer here on the ship. Not from around here, so I picked up most of my earthly knowledge in either Hawaii or Canada.
This is very different places.
Are they in what year is it?
2974.
Actually,
there's
in that year, Hawaii had actually migrated to Canada to get a little bit cooler.
Yeah, they merged as a nation, become one united force.
There's a great land shelf, and then they kind of
They made the right move.
Move
I can
everything
tell you
up.
that much.
I mean,
Yeah.
they had to. Well, of course they did.
The great pirate states of New Jersey have been floating in the Atlantic Ocean on their way there to raid them, and have been for over 100 centuries.
smokers.
It's like Jersey Shore pirates.
Ew, great.
Ew.
I'm from Jersey, and I find that.
So we're burning the planet.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Got to make sure they're all dead.
Hello, this
we
is.
get. Oh.
No, go ahead, make your
I
joke.
was
as I do
just
my
gonna
intro.
ask if we could get Arcturo some face tattoos for the show.
I think that's in our Patreon budget.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
probably could.
Well, Arcturus, it probably wouldn't take for him because his skin's made out of crystal and all that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We
That's
could
true.
just Sharpie his spacesuit.
I guess we can get like an edger.
Yeah, what's it gonna do? Stop us?
Bedazzle him.
Yeah, so
Bedazzle him.
so his outfit looks like a
Glue
a
sequin.
sheer black suit to keep all the light that's on the inside from coming out. A green,
Because you're like an
office-
energy being, right?
officer's uniform, and then a Hawaiian shirt and a cap.
I'm glad that you're playing somebody different from yourself that actually has light inside. So that's good to hear.
He's playing the opposite
Yeah.
of himself.
So this is
Yeah, but the light's escaping the whole time. Shut up, Philip.
Damn it. Introduce.
So we're gonna get
Okay,
started.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
ahead.
No, whenever you're ready, bud.
Oh, yeah, whenever
Introduce your
you're
character.
No.
I don't
This
wanna
is great.
infringe.
No, great. This is Philip, and I'll be playing McClunky, also known as M4C1. I'm a Cassiopean, which is a robot that has a Casio tape inside its chest, and whatever the tape is depicts my attitude and my personality. I am the con officer, also known as the pilot, and the tape inside my deck is the Top Gun soundtrack, because it's the only way to fly.
Original Top Gun.
Yeah, but only
Yeah.
side one,
Sure.
because I can't flip
You
it
can't
over.
flip it over.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
So it's just the the 5 major hits from that soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So what? You're like a fit and confident person for a change?
Yep, certainly. And when I'm behind the wheel, anything's possible.
Do you have like a pilot scarf?
So
and,
here's
like,
the cool
goggles?
thing: I am a robot, but
Mhm.
yet I still have an aviator cap with goggles.
Sure.
But I also wear aviator sunglasses every so often, especially
Sure.
when it is the heat of the moment. Flying with my boys, I gotta.
When you're in the danger zone.
Well,
You're a stud, dude.
you know what? Normally, when I'm flying, we're never in the danger zone
Sure.
because I'm so cool and collective.
It's like a luxury cruise.
You can also call me Cassidy. That's my flying handle. So
Oh yeah, whenever you're flying with your boys, you got to do it.
yeah,
You
do
know,
it hard. Do it.
Do it hard.
you
Verta.
know, beat
Do
the-
it hard.
Do it hard. Invert it.
So Tristan. Bring us on
Yes,
home.
this is Tristan, and I'll be playing TODD. I'm a robot also, but a stronger and cooler robot than Philip. I am a Jaeger, so I basically look like a Pacific Rim robot with a bumblebee head, and I'm probably like 6 foot something strength monster. I am the tactical officer. I fuel myself with alcohol, just like in real life. And I have a cool and calming voice so that no one is intimidated by my elite skills.
Okay.
Ha, 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 ha.
So just out of curiosity, were you guys friends in the academy, or were you just sort of put together for this mission?
I would guess, listening to everybody's introductions, that we were just put together
Fair enough.
after the academy.
We were all the outcasts, and we were put together to form the strongest team imaginable.
They picked the most expendable of the academy graduates
Yeah.
to put on this ship that might blow up. There
With the
you go,
lowest
guys.
cooperation scores.
Just go out there.
Yeah. Hey, they passed, I guess.
Sure. Okay. So on the shuttle that you currently reside in as it's traveling towards the space station, there are 4 other members that are not part of the crew that's joining your ship. They're just also going up to the space station. One of them is human, and you notice that one of them is one of them is Flern, one of them is American.
Wait,
and
what's a
one of them
flirt
is
again?
Flern. Oh man, off the top of my head, what is the Flern? I forget off the top of my head.
You would think you would have this information.
Yeah, you
before
think
went
I would
As
live.
the
have
dungeon
all
master.
50 races memorized? I
Or at
can't
least,
remember.
some
I know.
you made
One
those
of the
kill
five
ones
that
you
you're
would-
talking about.
All right, putting
Because
the
right now
flirt
I'm
in.
picturing
I
Beaker
know,
from.
I know. I'm stupid. Flern.
Hey, your
Yeah.
words.
I know.
You spent, so much time on those
15 minutes.
planets.
What, 30 odd hours?
Yeah, I think
Well, the
so.
planets, yeah. It was all the time I spent on the season was just rendering that. You see that Earth right there?
Yeah, that seemed
No.
better.
That was 16 hours right
I
there.
mean, you
Just
could.
boom.
There were no.
You could have just gotten one off of YouTube and just imported
I
it.
feel like
Nah.
those exist.
We work harder
Like,
and I'm
since
smarter.
The invention of Windows.
What? No, but
Haven't
in
you ever
real life,
watched
it's-
Cosmos, bro?
No, it's flat in real life. So you gotta do a render.
You ever seen
The
a window?
Flern. Here we go.
Just look
This
outside.
species
That's the Earth.
specializes.
It's flat.
The Flern. This species specializes in working with other species. They abhor violence in any shape or form.
Oh, that's right.
They cannot stand the sight, sound, or smell of it. They become physically nauseous around it.
Yeah.
They can learn languages. They're skinny humanoids, 4 feet tall, large bulbous anime eyes on the sides of their head so they can see all around them. Very tiny teeth with, very tiny mouths with no teeth. Super pale.
Yeah, they have a relative humanoid look to them with just big bug eyes and tiny teeth.
And they sound like they'd be great officers.
Yeah, they're very pacifist. So
They're really good at clerical work, not so much tactical officers.
comms,
So they're bureaucrats.
or engineering.
We've got intruders on deck 3. Send the Flern. Excuse me. We really...
Send me where? Oh God. And then a Pequar, which I believe are the
Pangolin?
pangolin people. Yeah, so
Mhm.
pretty big. That one takes up most of the shuttle in the back, multiple seats all to itself, sitting next to the Flern. And the Flern
Hey,
is sort of
You,
freaking out
Flern.
and is constantly on edge.
So he's like Tweak from South Park.
It's a little bit, yeah, he's like tweak a little bit.
You, Flern.
Hey, yeah,
Give me a beer.
I don't.
If you don't give me a beer, I'm going to punch somebody.
Oh! Just starts throwing up a little bit, and then the Pequar just
Hey,
And
robot, he's got a name. Why don't you go
reaches-
and ask him?
reaches over and hits the food replicator button, and then just goes beer, and then it just pops out a bottle of beer, and then he just gives it to the Flern to give to you. Can you not antagonize the Flern? He's gonna
It's
vomit
so
all
much
over my
fun.
scales.
If I had a humor chip, it would be laughing.
I'm not though, so it must be malfunctioning.
All right, Rocky.
Do we have like name tags? Like I know that we have like,
Yeah,
we
what's-
probably have an insignia for a rank. Is there a name there as well?
Yes, you do have a last name on the name tag sort of thing.
What are the names of the other people?
So the Pequar's last name is Crud.
Is that with a C or
K.
with a
It's
K?
Krud. Crud.
Does he go by Crude?
Commander
Crud.
Crud.
Commander Crud.
Commander Crud. Or is he?
He's officer.
Officer?
Corporal.
Well, I mean, we're all
Corporal
officers.
Crud.
Corporal Crud. I mean, he
Uh,
could be like
mhm.
Sub Commander Crud, Lieutenant Commander,
With-
Commandant.
With a name like Crud.
Obergruppen officer? whatever it is.
All right, Commander Crud.
Gruppenführer.
That's the one. Thanks, Amazon Prime.
Sure. So the Flern, that is Officer Bleh.
Oh, of the esteemed Bleh family.
Exactly, yeah.
I've
Crud
heard
and
of
Blair.
Normal human, last name Jax. And then the
So with an X?
X, yeah.
Like
Does he
from
have
Mortal
metal
Kombat.
arms?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. No metal arms. And then
Okay.
the
High
Merkin,
iron content, though.
Yeah. Hydraulic dick,
Oh, geez.
the Merkin, last name Washington.
of course.
And now these
That
are
is-
like
that is completely misspelled, though, right? Like,
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
like war.
WARSH.
It's missing the I.
It's more like
Washington.
Washington.
Okay. WARSH.
Put some numbers in there too, because they don't know.
GTUN
Washington.
E.
0.
He has a feeding tube. He doesn't know.
Washington.
No. So you do notice that the Merkin and the human are on the opposite side of the shuttle. You guys are sort of in the middle area.
That's because humans are social creatures that have empathy, and Americans, they just really want to get a haircut. You know, that's just.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
make fat stacks.
Sure. So the Merkin and the human are whispering. They're not talking too loud. So it's very hard for you to be able to hear them unless you're trying to actively listen in on their conversation.
I'm going to try to.
Okay.
Todd sensors activated.
Roll me perception checks.
That's
Oh,
it.
I don't care.
You don't get great.
No, I'm. Is there like a small window for me to look out? I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Todd got a 5.
So on the one side
15.
of the window where you are located, you
Ah.
basically could see Earth and how it's not flat.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Being like, yeah, I
Yeah.
knew it.
Looks pretty.
I mean-
Looks fairly mechanical
I've never been there.
A mechanical Earth?
I've never been to Earth.
in terms of like you can see a lot of technological evolution on the
From
surface
space.
from space. Yeah.
Wow.
Like
you can
Coruscant-esque
barely see the
or what?
surface because of how many satellites we have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you have.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Is this the
I'm
Dave
sorry, you-
Matthews future?
They have.
McClunky, what'd you get?
15.
15.
Fuck you.
I got a 18.
Okay. Todd, did you care?
He
I got a
like
5.
Oh, you don't hear shit. You're too drunk.
Todd's drinking a beer.
Yeah. You hear the fizz. McClunky and Arturus, you can hear them whispering about, they're basically saying, like, did you hear about that outpost? They say the Tenebris. I believe it's called Tenebrae. I'm pretty sure it's Tenebris.
Whispering,
That's just a fairy tale. They're not real.
whispering on a podcast on a stream is really not a good idea.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure they could still hear it. Though,
Okay.
if I'm whispering. I mean, I can hear it, so if I can hear it, they can hear
But
it.
you got headphones on.
That's what I mean.
What you should be doing is doing a stage whisper.
I don't know what a stage whisper is. I only know how to real
Oh, I
whisper.
forgot. I
You
forgot
look
that
like
don't-
you're whispering, but I don't know.
I forgot that you don't know how to project your voice.
I
we
don't.
we're not. This is new for us.
We're doing great. Doing great.
Visual things. Whatever. So, yeah, so they're just talking back and forth about this. You can do a history or an intelligence check to see if you can figure out what they're talking about.
Nope.
Okay.
History or a what?
History or intelligence, your choice.
We'll go history.
Okay.
It's a 10.
The only thing you know is it's basically the boogeyman in space.
Oh.
Not much is known about
Space boogums.
the Tenebrae, but
Le Ténébreux.
Tenebrae.
Ténébreux.
Fucking French Canadian?
Yeah. Not much are known about them other than they're just no one ever meets them and comes back, so all of it's conjecture. That's it. That's all you
Space
got.
tentacles.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
Other
but
than
if-
that, you can't remember anything.
If nobody ever comes back, where do we get the stories from?
That's true. It's weird, huh?
Conjecture.
Black boxes.
Like somebody sends out like a radio like distress signal, like, "Oh my God, it's the Tenebrae," or Tenebrae, and then it gets
Jacques
or something.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu, it's the Tenebrae.
Zut là
So yeah, so that's all you're getting. But by the time they finish up their little conversation, the shuttle is now docking in the space station. Yeah, it's
Sexy.
docking. It goes in, then it stops,
Christopher
and then backs
Dockin.
up. It wants to get a perfect lineup, so it's just back and forth for about 25 minutes.
It seems like a waste of time.
The shuttle gets tired eventually, and then it just peters out. And
It's just really
Parts.
hard because the space
Small.
station itself doesn't have a foreskin.
yeah,
Well, one should, and then the other shouldn't, and then you'll have a perfect dock.
I mean, it works better if you have two.
Yeah, but I mean, one of them
Like a
kind of looks
shark?
weird, and the other one just looks normal.
Yeah.
the shuttle door opens. Shuttle door opens.
I start paying attention to what's going on in the shuttle.
There appears to be some sort of robot there. It's not a sentient robot, though. So this is just like generic sort of helper bot.
So then, us sentient robots, how do we look down on these non-sentients?
How do you look down? Or what? You're the
I
robot.
don't know.
How do you? What do you?
How do you look
feel
down?
about
Are
it?
you taller than them?
Oh yeah, I'm like, how tall? How much?
4
room?
feet.
No, that robot's 4 feet.
4 feet.
I mean, yeah, everybody looks down on
Yeah.
them. Right?
Yeah.
Then they're not threatening.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can
I
we
just-
take control of them?
I mean, you could,
Why
I
would
guess,
you?
but I mean, they don't have any real capability other than like information and leading you around.
That's good stuff. Let's
so-
go with it.
But when the door opens, you hear a lot of noise coming from the space station. So there's a lot of people, there's a lot of comings and goings, ships coming, ships leaving, all kinds of crazy noises are now hitting you guys inside the shuttle. It's a little bit of a shocking moment because you've been in a quiet little shuttle. Well, quiet relative to the vomit.
All right, so regardless of what else is going on in this
Sure.
shuttle, I stand up, pop an anti-anxiety pill,
Okay.
hit my vape pen real hard, and then just walk into the crowd.
Okay. So right outside the shuttle, there isn't necessarily a crowd. There's a little bit of space between ships. So, like, you have a little bit of distance where you have to really freak out about getting into a crowd.
That's why the pill, they're fast acting.
Sure.
It's like taking a Klonopin, but just being like,
Ah.
yeah, it won't hit me in 45 minutes. It's
Sure.
going to hit me in, oh.
Yeah. So when you walk out and you sort of look at everything, a lot of it's very well lit, super high ceilings. We're talking like 20-foot ceilings,
So high.
Now, is this
thousands
like
of people, like
this-
of different
Does
races.
this kind of look like a Blade Runner city, or is it more like
So-
clean and white?
So it's
and-
very clean.
okay. So it's kind of like
It's also not a city per
the
se.
Citadel in Mass Effect.
It's kind of like the airport. If you went to
Okay.
the airport, but
Which
it was
one?
Which airport?
space.
The Philadelphia airport's pretty
So
gross.
it's the Citadel.
Okay.
It's the
BWI.
So it's Atlanta Airport. Got it.
Atlanta's pretty nice.
I've never been to that
Looks
one.
like the Citadel.
Okay. Yeah, it looks a lot like the
It's
Citadel.
basically what.
Sure.
That's a space airport. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think we
Sounds
can
good.
say that.
It looks like
The Citadel's not a word that's,
Citadel.
What, like
used
the
for
military
just
school?
one thing.
it's something like that.
But it looks like everyone's getting off their shuttles to then get on sort of like
Tram system.
it's kind of like a tram system, but individual like little
Pods.
that you get in, and it just takes you to wherever you go. Similar to the
Like
idea that Elon
Jetson-style
Musk has
pods?
currently. Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
Well,
The
did.
Jetson style transport pods.
I guess I was thinking more the idea that Elon Musk had, where you get in, it's just like off like various chutes and tubes that take you to
So
wherever
like
you're going.
Jurassic World.
If you've
Jurassic-
seen,
So like
if you've seen
Futurama,
the
Mm.
Expanse,
the pneumatic
tubes.
tubes.
they
Kinda.
use a tube system that's very similar to a subway system in an asteroid, and each space station they go to, it changes how it looks.
Sure.
And the
it does-
cars detach as they will.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
You get into one, and like let's say, all right, I'm in the front car, but the back car, and they're gonna go two different places, but
Yeah.
they're using the same tube. They'll just split off.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Nice.
just like that. Yeah.
Also, everyone should watch The Expanse. It's so good.
Right?
Get rid
Or
of it.
or like in Altered Carbon, where instead of a train, it's individual cars you get in, and they just go.
Uh-huh.
All
Is it
good.
So
cars?
anyways.
Is it cars or is it like
Like a pod.
how many people per pod? We're trying to see.
There's
we're-
only 2
we're-
seats a
Hold on,
pod.
are we trying to
Okay.
fill an episode? What's going on?
Yeah.
We're
Just
world
an episode
building,
on
guys.
world building the
We're-
tram system.
we're
on
just
the
trying to
spaceship.
get a good
That's it.
Hold
idea
on. So how
of-
often do these trams run though?
Oh, it's constant.
This yeah.
As soon as you get in one, it goes, and the next one, it's just like a constant line of them. So,
So is it kind of like an Amazon warehouse with robots going crisscross everywhere?
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but it's but there's still people pissing in the corner because they don't have anywhere to take a break,
Like an
Are there
Amazon
anywhere
warehouse?
like an Amazon warehouse.
You can just pee out the force field into
Are
space.
there any
No one cares
designated
about it in space.
walking areas, or is this just like you could
So
die
if
if
you
you walk
go
wrong?
off to the side, so the area that you're currently on is just for getting on the tram to go places. So there's not really
Mhm.
anywhere for you to go other than to other shuttles or other ships or things
okay?
like that.
So this is like a designated death area if you walk through.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a designated
Essentially.
death area.
also known as space
Space.
Suicide
yeah.
booth
Except
/
for
public transport.
youth.
Sure.
3?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, only you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know.
Old Dr. Bird.
I could go for a spacewalk.
How many people can fit in a pod?
2 normal people. The Pequar, he has to wait for a little bigger a pod to show up, and then it's just him because he's a big boy.
So we could probably mash all 4 of us into one pod.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, if you squish them together, you could. It's not
Yeah,
gonna be
let's-
comfortable.
let's bring the Flern with us. I like him.
I don't want him. I have other places I gotta be. I
No, I'll shove you in here, bud. It's okay.
Oh, shove it! It just throws up on your feet.
Have fun with that pod. Filled up to your fucking eye sockets.
It just splooshes out whenever you get to wherever you're going. So yeah.
Hey.
So
Cam, I heard someone got stabbed on that pod.
Is there a like a big line for these pods?
yeah, but so as fast as people are getting in line, they're getting into the shuttle. So it's not a very long wait.
Yeah, no. This
You're-
wait is still giving me anxiety. So I'm gonna look for.
You're basically
any kind
walking
of, like,
at normal speed.
I'm gonna try and look for an old woman, or perhaps a pregnant woman, or like an old man, someone that might need assistance, who's alone.
I'm pretty sure you're the one who needs assistance.
Yeah.
No, because I'm gonna use them to get to the front of the line and then get it a pod and leave you idiots alone. So I'm gonna look
Gotcha.
for them.
Okay. Yeah. Roll your
Uh,
Steve for old ladies.
perceive for.
Someone that looks
Disabled
like
people.
they might require help, or I could at least use them. So I got a 17.
You see a child. Okay, so you can see a couple children.
Mhm.
You see a couple pregnant women.
Mm-hmm.
They all look like they're with people, though. It doesn't look like anyone's just there by themselves wandering around.
I can't prey upon the weak to get what I want from them, which is a faster trip to wherever we're going.
Yeah, the only
Joran.
person that seems, the only type of people that look like they're there by themselves are like pilots and people who are a little bit more tough and gruff and that sort of thing.
My people.
The loners.
Oh, that's
Uh,
us.
There's not really like kids left behind or anything like that.
Do we know where we're going?
Yes, so you guys were given instructions
Okay.
that you were supposed to get briefed for your mission. So you're just
But
supposed
did we?
Are we at the front
Did
of
we
our
what?
line yet?
You said we were supposed to be briefed.
to. No, you're going to
No,
get
that's
briefed
where we're
now.
going.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
I jump into a pod and I go to where I'm supposed to go.
Okay.
Well, you get in
Bing
line and
bong.
you wait.
No, so I'm saying
Nope.
because they're going so fast, it's like walking speed. Like you don't
Oh.
even stop.
You're just like,
It's just thump, 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 thump. Yeah. So it's not. It's just a long line, but you're still moving at normal speed.
oh.
That's how
I
fast.
guess that's why
and
there's
efficient
no
it is.
old people with walkers, is because if they try and get onto it, the walker goes, and then
Yeah.
they just hit the floor, and then one
You're
half
holding
of
up the
them
line.
goes because they
Yeah.
fall forward. Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
got
then
it.
the second half goes into the second one.
Well, the second half probably just stays right there.
Well, it depends on what their species is.
I mean, I guess.
Hmm.
You know you're supposed to meet with Admiral Latvey. You know that.
I'm heading to Latvy's
Sure.
office.
Ian.
So when you get in your pod,
The Admiral
it just
Emporium.
says destination, please.
Admiral Latvy.
It
Go.
closes and just and zooms you really fast, like hundreds or close to 1,000 miles per hour. You're
I'm
just zipping
unfazed.
around.
I'm unfazed.
Lines get you, but fast-moving
Yeah.
things
He's
don't.
a lion. He's got social. He's got social anxiety.
Listen, I was
Okay.
born and raised on a space station. This shit doesn't get me.
Okay.
But people?
People.
Oh, God. You know
It's
what kind of diseases they could have?
Many.
It's Austin at Dragon Con. Yeah, it's exactly
Yeah.
Austin. Stoned in the backyard, perfectly fine. Walking into the Hilton,
Ah,
terrifying.
shit. There's medical illnesses people could have, let alone the mental illnesses that people could have. I don't know what I'm walking into.
And they're probably all contagious too.
Yeah. So, so each of you get in your little pods and put in Admiral Latvey as your destination, and it spits you out at a very official-looking area where there are not that many people walking around.
Oh, thank goodness.
This looks like a conference room of some type. You see maybe total in both directions looking down the hallways, maybe 5 people, if that. So, pretty quiet. But there is a robot standing right next to the door, and they basically say, are you here for Admiral Latvey?
Yeah.
Enter.
Oh shit, M4. When did you get here?
I've been here.
Like the same time as everybody.
Yeah, I was here before you.
Oh, I
Are you
thought
making a joke that
I-
this is me?
I thought maybe you worked here. I wasn't sure.
Oh boy, that's like that dry Canadian humor I don't understand. Cannot compute.
Sure.
Cannot compute.
Cannot compute. There you go. So the robot opens the door. Looks like there's one person standing. It's an older gentleman, and then you also see a middle-aged woman who's very prim and proper, sitting at the table. There's seats open with little name tags for each one of you.
Nice.
I sit.
I scan for solo cups as I
Ooh.
sit.
But I sit like Riker does.
These chairs allow it.
Where like
Yep,
because
you do
it
the-
allows for ease of movement and the perfect amount of efficient laziness, where I just walk towards the chair, lift
No,
a
if-
leg, sit down.
If
Yeah.
these people don't get it, then it's too bad.
I mean, it's for me. I'm being efficient with my energy.
No, I was
Okay.
talking about the listeners.
Watch.
Everybody- I don't watch Star Trek.
Watch
I
Star
know.
Trek. Watch Star Trek.
I sit down.
Will Riker.
Now sit down.
So Admiral Latvey turns to you and sort of nods towards the robot at the end of the room. Door closes. You hear it.
Oh, hey, bud. Thanks.
And Admiral Latvey goes, all right, you were chosen for a very special mission, and you should all be proud that just out of the academy, that you are chosen to be the highest of the high on this mission.
Oh
This-
yeah, real proud to be high.
Well, you would be. Then points to the woman and says, this is going to be your captain, Captain Ursula. Where did I put a character sheet?
Yes,
Ursula
to
Viscount.
Ursula's enemies.
Say it again.
Captain Ursula Viscount. And she just sort of pensively nods towards each of you. She seems a little stuck up, but whatever.
I was just about to say, can I analyze what kind of captain I believe she's going to be just by
Yeah,
first
sure,
name?
insight.
The 15.
Strictly by the rules, doesn't take no shit from anybody, will throw you in the brig at a moment's notice kind of captain. Hard ass.
Cool.
Also, little bit of an ambitious feel to her.
Cool.
Etiquette and protocol.
Etiquette and protocol, yes. So, the captain then hits a button and the screen opens up and you guys can see your ship as it will be out there. Has a rounded front to it with a yellow viewport around the side. Has sort of a cylinder sort of body behind it, and then these 4 wings that sort of come around the sides and around the back to like a point. And
Like where
it
the
has
engine might be?
Maybe, yeah, to where you can't really tell from where you're currently located. And then there's 4 arms coming off the front or around the back of the roundish area, and then
Like
towards the
Goro?
front.
Or
Kind of like Goro if they were real skinny arms that just stuck in place.
Goro that didn't work out to get swole.
Yeah.
T-Rex Goro.
Slender Man Goro?
Goro that skipped arm day.
Wendigoro.
And
done.
so he says, all right, this is the model, the new model, the Darwin 001, or it is currently called, as far as the captain has told me, it's the, was it the Trident?
Mm-hmm.
The Triton.
Triton.
Do we have a ship designation?
Darwin
Since
001.
No. So like, to show that we're members of the coalition. So like the USS or the HMS.
The
or-
CON?
CP.
The CPPP?
Well, it's Coalition of Planets, and of is not usually, so I just figured it'd be CP.
Gotcha.
CP
Well, that would be-
17.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Space
that would
communism.
be,
I remember.
So like the USS is United States ship or
Uh-huh.
Her Majesty's ship.
Sure.
Or like the Enterprise, it's United Space.
Ensign 7C711.
Yeah.
That's the specific ship designation, not what it's known as. So like, are we like the CSS Triton versus other factions that we might run into
You
where
would-
they would
so-
have organization?
So the ship would be notably Triton, but if they were trying to get more specific, it would be CP Triton dash Darwin 001.
Dash D001.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he shows the ship, and there's like this moment because it is super wonderful and pretty, and whoever made it spent so much time on it, and they're very proud of it for reasons.
Let's blow it up.
Okay.
It
Episode
looks
2.
like nobody could have spent more than a few hours on that.
If anybody spent more than 30, I'd be disappointed.
Get to drive that right into the sun.
And as the DM cries, that's where we're going to take a break. And we're back. All right. So the
Yeah, some break
Oh.
that was.
I know, right? You don't get breaks on this.
Podcast break.
These are trying times. We don't get breaks.
Trident times.
Exactly. Yeah.
No,
So,
Triton times.
Triton.
I wasn't listening.
sure. So
They're
Admiral
Michael
Triton. They're
Triton.
trite times.
Triton. So
Tripe. It's tripe time.
Admiral
Cassidy doesn't
Latvey.
care.
Admiral Latvey says, okay, so this is the briefing for your mission. I'm going to give you the specifics of what your mission is, as well as some specifications for the ship that you should know before you get on it. First off, your mission is, this is just a test run, basically, to see if this ship works. It's experimental. You know, that's why we're putting you really smart people on this ship, because I know you guys can do it, and there's no way it'll blow up this time.
Wait, you haven't turned it on?
What? No, yeah, we've turned this one on. Yeah. So anyways, so you're going to planet designated as Nabia 3, or
Nab-
Nabia 3, depending on who you talk to.
How do you spell that?
Nabia 3.
Knob job 3.
Knob job 3. Based on our scouting reports, there seems to be an intelligent species on that planet. To our understanding from communications that we pick up on the planet, they are known as the Flef. So
God damn it.
that is the species that you'll be interacting with. So
I'm familiar with them.
are you?
Yeah, I am.
All
No,
right.
what I thought you said they were intelligent.
They're
They're very
intelligent. Yes.
Hmm.
So you're going to go there and sort of introduce them to what we do with the Coalition of Planets, and
Do I-
hopefully get them to, join the coalition.
Do I speak Fleffian?
I'm gonna say no.
Do they speak basic?
You don't speak. They.
Well,
we don't.
have
We don't know.
Babblefish.
Yeah. So they're.
No, we got Babelfish.
We don't.
Biblefish. That's right.
We don't know exactly. It sounds like a mix of the common tongue and some other. They use the word flef a lot. I'm not 100% sure, but part of your mission is also to figure out how to communicate effectively with them.
So we're going to go there and play them the Cosmos.
Yes. Sure. Why not? You
To
do.
see if they are intelligent.
Sure. Yes. You do whatever it is you do. Well, no. We want them to join the coalition, even if
Ah.
they're a little lower intelligence. We still would like them to join. So then we can bring them up to our technological standards, and then we can maybe learn something from them. You know, just trying to grow our way out into the universe peacefully and all that jazz.
Shall I demonstrate to them an exposition in party games?
Depends
Cultural.
on which party games. I've known a few Jaegers in my time, and it can get a bit of explosive. I'd prefer not any loss of life in these party games.
Aye.
No
Admiral.
stump. Absolutely no stump. So many people impaled with hammers.
How will we know the worth of their species if we do not play Stump together?
I'm sure you have many, many party games to play with them.
Pinochle.
There you go. There's
Also-
one. Shuffleboard.
When's the last time you saw a stump?
Synthetic stumps are available at every hardware store.
Earth does have some trees.
I thought they were hardwood stores.
Well, maybe.
Throw your dice at
Fuck
them.
you, John.
Throw them.
I never got D4s.
Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
can't wait
Give
for
Phil
it.
the metal dice so we can throw them.
Oh, hold on. I got
No,
John's
I
stuff.
have the metal dice.
That's right. Now I do.
You got the crystal dice.
So you'll be traveling
The worst
out.
Indiana Jones movie.
Crystal dice.
The crystal dice.
They center my soul.
So you'll be traveling out to an area of space we have not been to yet. We build as we go, but you're going to be going to a place that doesn't have much support, which is one of the nice features of your ship. So we have various spaceports and beacons set up throughout space. Your ship can actually accept energy that we beam directly to your... We can beam energy from here through the relays of the other space stations and hit your ship. So if your shield power goes low, boom, we can send you power. That's part of the experimental design.
Won't that cook carbon-based life every once in a while?
I mean, if a carbon-based life form just happens to pass in front of the beam, maybe, but I mean, you know, no difference between that and the seagulls used to run into planes all the time.
Yeah, but most of us don't have that problem to deal with.
No, I'm not
so-
worried about that.
I'm glad I don't have anxiety because I am a human.
Yeah,
Why do you guys think I would be outside of the ship ever?
Because you're so good at
Spaceport.
spacewalking.
Yeah, but I just stay not doing that.
Wait, I thought that meant you were born in space.
Yeah, on a space station.
You are a professional
they're just
spacewalker.
going to tow him behind.
I'm
Like he's
still
in
a
a
human.
spacesuit with a line attached to the ship, and he just
Yeah.
floats behind it.
I have I've got a jet ski,
Wait, you
but it doesn't do anything.
you can't exist in the heartless vacuum of space?
I mean, I can, but not alive.
Okay. Many things I'm learning about this race.
I'll stay the same because the chemical and atomic makeup of my body won't change. But I'm not going to.
He will be
any
unable
good.
to drink.
Yeah,
And what kind of life is that?
It's death.
Sure. So,
So basically, they email us energy.
yes, and they can send it to you.
Quick text. Hey man, can you cash app me some shields?
We need
Yeah,
another
dude,
beam
here's
mail.
$20.
Sure.
Oh, it's going to take 2 business days to get to you. Unless you pay for the fee right now.
That's right, and then it comes instantly.
Oh, we're paying for the fee.
So,
Oh, they're paying for the fee.
So he explains that the ship does come standard with 2 shuttles in case, but it also does have beaming capabilities. So if you want to beam down to the planet, that's an option. If you want to take a shuttlecraft down, that's an option too. It's up. I leave that up to you guys to handle.
Our ship comes with in-app purchases.
It's the only way the coalition can make money.
It's the microtransactions.
It's the microtransactions.
It comes
There's
with
no such thing as money.
in-ship purchases.
Sure. Yeah, the food processors. Once you get out into space, it's like, all right, now you got to pay if you want to, eat.
I don't have to eat. I'm a robot.
Yeah.
You need
I don't know.
energy.
They can beam that into me for a low cost. Of
He
$3.99.
just straps himself
gotta
to
plug
the
it-
back of the ship.
You gotta plug into the wall.
Oh,
and pay
yeah.
utilities.
Oh, it feels so good.
So he says that one other thing to keep in mind is that be careful while traveling. There have been some strange reports coming in from outposts in the area about clouds moving through space at high speeds.
Nebulas.
Haven't run into any of the space stations so far, but just be wary.
I'm sure that won't be a problem.
Yeah. The other thing that's with this ship, part of its experimental design, is that it's upgradable in terms of this. We'll call it even a small class ship. Over time, if you were on different planets, you could actually expand your ship and make it a gargantuan ship. or add different weapons, so that way you can customize it to suit any sort of threat or need. You know, if you were going into a black hole, maybe they have got something for that. I don't know.
I don't know why you spent so much time rendering a vessel when you should have just made it in Legos.
And I was just
It would have taken. Well, actually, it would have probably taken the same amount of time.
10
probably
hours.
would've.
Yeah.
And then, as we upgrade it, we actually have
So hold
to
on, we're
build
playing
it.
Kingdom Hearts? Is that what's going on right now?
A little bit, yeah. Gummies.
Yeah, get my gummies
Get
on.
gummies on. He says, all right, so any questions for me before you go on your mission?
How
About
are
the
you at
ship
scat
or-
gaming?
Are we getting paid to do this?
None of us get paid. We did away with money a long time ago.
I didn't.
So how does the economy work? How do you pay for all this stuff?
Everyone just does their job and trades services and goods.
Where does this stuff come from then?
We just make it and trade.
Asteroid mining.
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
How's the American dude feel about that? Is he here?
he's not there with you.
Oh,
No,
he-
none of the guys on the
Yes.
shuttle were with you.
Got it.
Yeah, no, Americans hate it, which is
Officers
why they
only.
fled Earth to find "quote unquote" better Earth.
Stimulus packages.
That is, that's the name of their planet is Better Earth. So,
Sounds.
It's Earth 45.
so yeah. Any other questions for me about your ship? What it can do? Any of that jazz?
What different kinds of booze do the replicators serve?
Any kind you can imagine, son.
Ding, 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 ding.
Daiquiris.
We had
Only daiquiris.
part of the design process. We included a Jaeger to upload any and all booze it could possibly think of, and some that it made up off the top of its head. So yeah, so it's got all kinds of good stuff in there for you weirdos. I mean, normal aliens that we like to work with, that are not frat boys that are constantly hazing everybody. As he rubs his
Only if
ass.
I want to be friends.
Sure. Yes.
Well, sir, we're all in this room officers in the coalition of planets, so
Yes.
we're not random aliens.
No, you're right. Not randomly chosen at all.
That wasn't very sensitive of you.
There's no PC police in the CP.
May I strike you with my paddle so that we may become brothers?
No,
I feel like there's not any CP
Oh.
police either.
there
we
aren't.
could probably
any.
just take this ship and do whatever the fuck we want with it.
Well,
Well, there's
Sure.
still
If
guns
Ursula
if there's no
listens.
money.
Yeah, no, there's no money. So I mean, whatever.
Captain
Yeah,
Ursula,
Not in this part.
She's like, yes.
we will bathe in the blood of your enemies. Todd, signing on.
Okay. I mean, we don't have any enemies right now. We're just.
We will.
Yeah, but we may as well find some.
This is a peaceful mission. We're going to find the flaff and
Wink, wink.
bring. Why?
Okay.
Why are you winking? This is the actual mission. This is peaceful.
I don't know.
This is
Can
a
he,
scientific explorative mission.
can he wink or is he saying
No, I
wink?
just said that.
Stop saying wink.
104. For all your soft rock listening needs.
All right. Well, if all your questions are answered, then I'll let you guys get to it. And he just leaves.
Me too.
I
Okay.
I go to
Salute.
I just leave.
Okay.
and head to the ship.
Sure. So there's more little pods waiting for you outside the room. They take you right to the ship. There are, if you had to guess, about 100 other 95 other officers getting on the ship at the same time as you guys.
So many brothers, so few paddles.
True.
Did they
I begin slapping upon the asses.
did they
of
already
as many as I
ship
can.
our luggage on
Yes.
the ship? All right.
It's already been shipped.
Good.
Sent ahead of time.
Good.
Yeah. So if you guys get on the ship, there's a shuttle lift, similar to Star Trek, and you just say where you want to go, and it goes bloop. So
Thought it was called a turbo lift.
turbo
Turbo
lift, shuttle
lift.
whatever. Turbo lift.
A shit lift.
Shit
Got it.
lift. Got it. And
Shuttle lift.
Ursula is like, main bridge. And about 15, 20 seconds, you guys arrive on the main bridge. There's nobody else on it, so you guys are the first ones there.
All right, so is this the only bridge, or is there a secondary bridge? I heard there was some talk of this ship separating into different pieces.
There is a secondary bridge. It's in the engineering section of the ship, so towards the back.
Do
Well, that's
not
kinda
ever
odd.
beam me anywhere, Captain.
What? Don't
Do
ever-
not beam me. It is instant death.
Okay.
And no one should ever be disintegrated and reassembled somewhere else for convenience sake.
He does bring up a good point.
I mean,
That's not how that works.
people
Todd.
beam all the time. It's totally safe.
So they say.
Would you like to see me beam, Todd?
Flat beams cannot melt Todd's beans.
Okay.
It's a stretch, but all right.
So I'm going to say after a few minutes, Captain gets an alert. All members are on board, Captain. Ready to take off when you are.
So I'm gonna
Or
sit.
disembark.
I'm gonna sit down at the console that I
Sure.
would
By the way,
normally sit at.
The main bridge, it's a round room. There is a panel towards the back that's square-shaped, but there's also some computers on the back wall. The con station is pretty much all that's up front. Captain's chair is sort of in the middle of the room. Has 2 panels on either handrest where she's sitting. And each of your stations don't really have chairs. They're mostly standing stations, except for the con and the captain. Those 2 are seated positions.
What's my con officer station look like?
So your station is sort of a combo. They asked for your specifications, so it looks like an old school arcade joystick, or not an old, more like a F-16, I guess was in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Mhm.
Flight stick.
Yeah.
And then there's also a panel of buttons next to it.
Okay.
Lots of switches.
Not switches, mostly buttons.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a
And you
flat.
got to put on
flat
an
button.
oxygen mask.
Not switches, mostly Wii's.
We
I
use.
hate you. So yeah, so that's what's in front of
Okay.
your station.
So it just looks like a
Yeah.
military.
Cockpit.
Everybody
Cockpit.
else's stations with the computers.
Military cockpit.
It looks like it's just a lot of computer screens that have different readings going on, though if you touch the screen, you can shift things around and sort of get whatever you want to look at pop up on the screen at any given time. So it
Computer.
seems like it's almost intuitive in terms of what you're looking for. It'll automatically bring it up whenever you touch the screen. So, yeah.
Computer.
So you have your stations.
It's almost like it's reading your mind.
Almost.
So I'm going to take out of my aviator jacket a picture of my sweetheart, and I'm going to put it.
What's your sweetheart look like?
A flash drive.
You stopped my joke, but that's fine. I was going to say a motherboard.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's a picture of my motherboard. God, I love her, dear.
You're intimate with your motherboard. That is weird.
And then I'm just going to get myself real familiar with my joystick.
All right.
I have no shame. It wasn't programmed into me.
Okay.
Really stretching out, get 2 hands on it. make
Sure. Yeah, you got to
jiggle it
loosen it up a
around.
little bit. Yeah.
It's new. It's never been touched.
Yeah.
It's
got
the
that
first time.
new
Is that-
joystick
it's got-
smell.
Yeah.
Almost like a leathery smell to it a bit.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's going to get real musty real soon.
Gonna fly that into the danger zone so hard.
Ursula's like, you prefer McClunky, Mac?
You can call me whatever you want, Captain.
Okay, McClunky. Whenever you're ready with your joystick, whenever you're done with that,
I'm almost there.
okay.
I'm almost there. Continue
Bunk
talking.
Daddy.
Okay. Whenever you're done and ready, I would like to disembark.
Yeah, me too.
So
Okay.
pilot us out of here.
Yeah, all right, I will. Hold on.
I don't feel comfortable
All
with
right,
you
hold
piloting
on.
the ship.
Keep talking.
I don't want to keep talking.
All right, and I hit some switches.
Increase power to
Just
engines.
hit switches.
I just Gah! And I turn on my console.
Yeah, your console just lights up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah,
just
sure.
Mm.
It's all over the place.
The joystick almost stiffens in your hand when that happens, and there seems to be a few lights on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they light up and feels tense in your hand.
Yep,
as-
my eyes roll to the back of my head.
Sure, I assume
If
you're.
I had
As you're
human
interfacing
eyes,
with the
Sure.
nav system.
I assume you're going in reverse to take the ship out
very slowly.
very
Yes.
slowly. Got it.
Yeah, I don't want to bust up the ship yet.
Uh huh.
There's been enough busting
Yet.
going on right now.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll take it out of here.
Okay. So you roll me a piloting check just to make sure.
Are we? Is this an evasive maneuver?
No, it's just piloting.
16.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's literally just backing it up.
Hey man, I got to make sure I get a +2 to that. So.
You back it up out of the spaceport,
Mm-hmm.
and Captain gives or basically types into her keypad to you the coordinates, so then they show up on your
In my
little
brain.
console.
Yep.
in your brain,
Yeah.
sure. And then the ship starts to turn itself in the direction of where you need to go, and then it just sits there, She's like, all right, engage warp drive whenever you're ready.
That's right. Drop your hats, grab your ass, let's go. And I go.
Martini
hard.
replicator, go.
All right. You've never done it before, so roll me a pilot check just to...
So 22.
Yeah. So you hit the button and just zooms in. Almost looks like you're flying through like a wormhole or something like that. All kinds of lights. You see planets and constellations going by and all kinds of stuff. It's just craziness. And then it sort of normals out for you after a little bit. It just starts to become like sort of a routine sort of thing.
Yeah, baby. I graduated 34th best pilot in my class. I didn't know how to do this.
Out of how many?
This
Joran,
It's the first time he's done it, but
Joran, I
he's
need
done it
you.
10 billion times in the simulator.
Joran, I need you to roll me a perception check.
That'll be a perception of 22.
You're noticing a blinking light to indicate that there's something wrong.
Captain,
Danger
Yes?
it seems that we've got some kind of situation. What does my console indicate from where the issue might be coming from?
So you can do a
Issue check.
mechanical engineering check.
Crit 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
mark it down.
You're we're not
No,
marking it
don't.
down.
We're not
Sorry.
doing
We don't
that.
recycle
Sorry,
jokes now.
sorry.
We don't recycle
I
jokes.
forgot.
It's your rule, Dad.
Yeah.
I know,
that's
it
your
was my
rule.
rule.
You know immediately that there's something wrong with the engine core and the batteries. You're not sure exactly which, could be both. And that if you keep going at warp speed for long enough, the ship could explode.
Captain,
Now, I will say, I'm not saying it's going to blow up now, but the longer you drive in warp, the worse it's going to
I
get.
feel like the more he talks, the more time we're wasting.
Captain.
Yeah, and then your ship explodes.
Hey,
Haha, suckers. Like that.
Hey,
Because
voice
you
in
didn't
head, can I
act
speak-
upon that.
Can I speak to the NPC now?
It's AI, right? It's the AI, right?
No, it's the
He's
captain.
talking to the captain.
No, I know, but there is no voice.
Voice
The voice in the head.
AI.
Yeah.
It's the AI in the ship.
I'm telling you what your console says out loud,
Hey,
but
shut
only
up,
for you
shut-
to say.
Shut up.
Also, tell me I'm
Mute.
pretty.
I mute the system.
Okay.
And I keep it. I change my settings so it's
Sure.
always muted until I unmute it.
It's just you see the volume bars
Oh,
going,
great.
but nothing's happening.
Todd will tell you you're pretty.
Captain, we seem to be experiencing some kind of technical malfunction in the engineering department. The system is telling me it's either the engines themselves or our power batteries.
What is your recommendation? Should
I
we just
recommend
keep going?
we cut out of warp, transfer to impulse speed, and send an engineering team down to check it out.
All right. So she says, all right,
Also,
McClunky.
Captain,
Yes?
if I could have one request, can I get a chair?
Sure.
All right.
She starts typing on her keypad, and a
that
chair just makes a just
it 3D prints out of
just
the ground.
3D prints out of the ground.
Yeah. Is it like a lawn chair?
It's whatever chair you want it to be.
I'll think about it.
Look, the human who has to
It's
sit
just
in the chair.
It's a cloud.
It's the concept of a chair that I'm coming up with
It's
right
an
now.
MC Escher chair
Yeah.
until you figure it out. Got it.
It's
Don't-
one of those wicker basket, circular chairs.
But hanging
Those
from
egg
the ceiling.
chairs or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But hanging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the ones that hang down from the thing.
Sure,
I've
it's,
seen
You know
it.
what? I'll figure it out. You
It's
guys.
like a sex swing.
I was
going to
say it's an elevated, comfy sex swing.
It's a
I've-
wicker sex swing.
I've informed
There's nothing.
everyone that there's an issue, and now
Sure.
I'm gonna pass the buck.
Right.
Wicker sex swing, band name called it.
Captain Vikanth says, McClunky, please take us out of warp.
Whoa, what? We just got here. We're having a good time now.
Apparently the ship could explode, so if you could please stop the ship, that would be great.
Yeah, it's usually pretty bad for
This is
normal
literally
people.
Our first. All right.
They said the last one exploded.
So you take it out of warp?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you could just stop the ship entirely, no impulse speed or anything, just stop. Full stop.
McClunky, that was not very maverick of you.
Is that smart?
Yes.
Is everyone? Nobody's buckled into their.
That's not how space works.
It's not, no, it'll be
All
fine.
right, fucking, I'll pull the handbrake.
There is no atmosphere.
Okay.
And I'll
Oh,
drift
shit.
the wheel.
Yeah. The ship
I
slows.
assume that because we have gravity, there are inertial dampers.
Yeah,
So you
and
can just,
stops,
yeah.
so you don't fly forward as soon as you
Well,
drop
I'm,
out of warp.
I'm in
or
a
anything.
seat and I'm buckled in.
Sure. Why
Everybody-
not?
I've engaged
gotta-
my clamps.
You got a helmet.
Well, no, it's
flight
not a
on.
helmet. It's more of a
Yeah, you got the
World War II aviator.
I thought you were going to say Tutankhamun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, World War
What,
II.
like a
Tutankhamun.
bomber cap?
It's a bomber cap.
Bomber cap, yeah.
The
With
second
goggles.
Egyptian mummy
That-
wars.
I also
Yeah.
am wearing aviators, so it's goggles on top of my aviators.
Why not?
Panzer units versus Sphinxes.
Makes sense.
That's
So-
not conversation for you three. That's for
Okay.
Tristan and me.
Okay.
That's for you and me, baby.
It's getting weird.
World War II.
So she tells Joran, Joran, please send the engineering team to go do whatever it is that you said is happening.
I press a button that
Okay.
does that.
Beep boop go.
down here in engineering, what can I do for you?
Hi. It's Commander Dr. Pyre. I don't know that.
Oh, hi, Commander Dr. Pyre.
I don't just call me Jordan.
Sure,
But
I noticed we stopped.
there was a blinking light indicating that there's some kind of issue.
Well, blinking lights aren't good.
Can you please let me finish? There is
It's the AI.
something coming from your department. We need you to work on it.
I thought it was
all right.
American.
Let me take a look. Everything looks great on my end.
Yeah.
Can you specify? I might be able to send a team.
Let me go ahead.
He is clearly a
and
traitor.
Let me send you an email. Let me copy and paste the error report I'm getting from here. So I do that,
Okay,
and then I wait a
It's-
minute.
sure.
Is
and
your
I mute
email
him,
buttery?
Sure.
And then I look around the deck and
Because he's reading it out loud. Because you can see the volume bars going.
yeah.
And then
I wait the appropriate
Sure.
appropriate amount of time before he's done reading what I just sent him and unmute him.
all right. Well, based on what you sent me, I'm going to say it's probably going to take a couple hours for us to fix this.
All right.
I don't recommend moving.
All right.
No,
Yeah.
all our stuff is already here. Why would we move? We
Everyone
just
throw your dice
moved
out.
in here.
Everyone's
Well,
wrong.
You have a
But-
cooler apartment.
But wait a minute. Did he actually find a problem?
Jordan told him what the problem was. He didn't find it. He's just going to send people to go look in the area Jordan told him to.
Okay, but he initially said that there wasn't a problem.
He didn't see it.
He didn't have that red
He
flashing
rolled
light on.
real low, so he didn't see shit.
He's got
He's an
ducks-
artif-
He's
he-
got electrical tape over that light because it's been flashing
He's like
for so
leaning
long.
on it, and it's where his
Oh, is
elbow
that what that light's for?
Well, he's in artificial intelligence. He can't see anything.
Well, sometimes they can.
I'm artificially intelligent, and
Me
I can
too.
see you.
The Coalition of Planets hires anybody, even the disabled. So I'm blind, but I'm still engineering.
Fair
Don't
point.
they have
My
some
bad.
kind of visor for
Nope.
you?
I
Captain.
wanted to be natural.
Captain, I'd like to recommend a removal of staff.
Yes, that's probably a good idea.
Let's move that officer into something that a blind person can do on this ship.
Sure. So she
Oh.
hits a few buttons, and yeah, that'll be a thing. So your ship's just kind of parked. At
He
the
can
moment.
man the braille gun.
Yes, he can. He is the master of the braille gun. Arturus, I need you to roll me a perception check.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Okay. Roll me a linguistics check.
I don't hear anything either.
Okay. So you guys are just sitting out there in space. Everything's going great. Just waiting it out. Are you guys doing anything while you wait?
I'm making a ship-wide announcement.
Sure.
So, hey there, crew. How are you then? This is your new comms officer, Arcturus. Here we are, stuck in space.
Boo.
Yeah, just sit tight there, and we'll get it all figured out. Love you. Have a good night.
That was a great speech you did there, Arturus. I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone appreciated it.
Yeah, I'm just speaking from the heart because I
Captain.
can't see my console. I'm blind.
Captain.
Wait, why did we put another blind guy in charge of a console?
I'm blinded by my own inner light.
Okay. Have you thought about sunglasses or a visor of some sort? Maybe one of
It's-
those welding shields.
Well, I could just take this off. Maybe
It's
it'll
more-
help
it's
me
more of a
see a little bit better.
More of a metaphor.
Take my hood off.
It's just like bright light everywhere.
Sorry.
Oh no, you should probably put that back on. Oh my god. All right, so since he didn't notice anything, about 10 minutes goes by, and all of a sudden, lots of lights start flashing all over you guys' consoles.
What?
Oh,
Should I fire? I'm firing.
No.
Interpretation. of what
don't
that
fire.
Well, you not your console,
meant? Oh,
McClunky,
No.
because you're just piloting.
I got my feet up.
Yeah,
I'm
you're just
looking-
waiting it out. You're just looking at motherboard and jamming out to tunes.
Yeah, it's
All 4 of them. So,
So who-
playboard. I'm looking at a copy of
Playboard?
playboard.
Playboard.
sure. So, Arturus or Joran, feel free to roll either a.
I'll look at my
perception
my
check.
console. I still haven't figured out what my chair is. Currently, it's an ottoman.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of sitting on it.
It's an ottoman.
Yep. I'm sitting on an ottoman, and this is gonna be my new gag, is I'm gonna figure out every day what my chair is gonna be. So sitting on the ottoman, I rolled a. What am I rolling?
Perception.
17.
So there's like a little button flashing. If you hit the button, all of a sudden the red lights come on, and it's just the klaxons are going off, and they're like, "Warning, warning, enemy near." There's another button to tell you to hit button for a view screen.
I hit that.
In front of you, not very far away, is a cloud moving quickly towards the ship.
It's got a big sword and yellow hair.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
The captain says, enhance.
Can I type now? or
Don't
no?
enhance. Shields up. Red alert.
What kind of cloud are we talking about? Is
Just
this
looks like a cloud.
stratus, a nimbus.
It looks like it's just kind of constantly moving as it's moving toward, like it's just all over the place. Like
I've
an
seen this in
amorphous blob.
Futurama.
Do we
towards-
feel like this cloud could die?
Maybe. You don't know what it is. It's just a cloud.
Is it
Do
alive?
clouds bleed?
So she says, shields up.
You cannot die, cloud.
Yes.
Cannot die,
'Kay.
I,
clouds.
I pressed the shield button.
All right, so shields go up.
Oh,
Blue
Enhance. Enhance the image. One of you two. Whoever wants to do the view screen.
I
I enhance it.
Okay.
I do the
The pinch and
Sure.
pull?
the pinch and
So
pull thing
You pinch and
because I
pull.
control everything from a
Yeah.
tablet.
Sure. You pinch and pull,
you
and
need to be sitting for.
it looks like this cloud is actually a lot of tiny objects. So you enhance a little further. They're small, round, they kind of look robots with these big, giant bug eyes that are red and beady and a razor-sharp beak with like rocket boosters on the back, and they're just constantly chomping their way towards you guys.
I do a mechanical engineering scan of the cloud with a 25.
It's pretty apparent that this is the life form known as the Freeb, which were it was a space factory of Furbies, but Cthulhu sort of put his consciousness into them, so they became flesh-crazed monsters that just fly around the galaxy murdering all living creatures and forcing anyone that might be smart enough to make more of them to make more, and then they kill them too. So, yeah, that's flying towards your ship at the current time. And as that's flying towards you, that's where we're going to call it. So thanks much for tuning in. Check us out next time.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch at Botch Podcast. This episode of Botch was brought to you by the Patreon producers: His Lord and Majesty, Big Jim, Zukari, He Who Was Steve, Big John, The Nuck, Chronic Ejaculation, Skinnerd, Chris Wisdom, Stiggy, Shandapanda, Lousy Apples, Daniel H. Sparkle Brony 69. If you want to support the show, you can do so over at patreon.com/botchpodcast, like our newest patron, Xavier Messer. Thanks, man. If you have the moment, please head on over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review, like our newest iTunes reviewer.
It's a 5-star review from Connell Lebowski House from May 8th of this year. So glad I found this. I just started listening, and I'm only on the first season, but this podcast is great. They're clearly having a great time and aren't afraid to take incredible risks that are barely thought out. I've been listening to Nerd Poker for years, and this is a totally different flavor, but equally good.
To be compared to Nerd Poker is
It's pretty nice.
Always a good thing.
Considering,
We're equally as good.
well,
well, he's on
It's-
season 1, so he'll probably hear this in about 6 years.
yeah, that's true.
If you thank you to Gozer for intro and outro music. More of them over at Gozer_music on all social media. And as always, see you next week, nerds. Jesus, you guys don't got anything?
Anybody got one?
As you realize that you and your mechanical pilot are safe because you are neither a flesh being or smart enough to manufacture more flurb, yell botched.
And we'll hear you. And
All right.
No, you can't hear
that's
us in
it.
space.
Okay.
Yeah.
thank you to Big Jim, who is our bit commander.
He is.
Bit commander.
He knows where to find the bit.
And we'll see you next week, nerds.